Okay, we are recording. This is session, I think it's 10 of 4 Dagger Core Investigations, LLC. Who would like to give the recap?
Well, we've managed to find the goblin, and he was having a problem in that some dangerous things had escaped, and he wanted us to go deal with them in the room. He basically just keeps locked now. He gave us a little bit of a breakdown of what the room looked like, just so we knew the sort of relative size of things and could maybe plan. And then he asked us if we were willing to go in right away, and we said no. He thought that was fair because we weren't actually planning on tackling his escaped monsters when we first arrived. And if we can clear out his problem for him, he said he would give us the eye that we were looking for, that last piece of the statue. We then retreated back to our office. At least it is still our office for the moment. So that we could rest up, as we were still, most of us, half exhausted and recovering from the other fights that we had.
I do recall that they wanted to get we wanted to get some holy water, and they were going to charge us an outlandish amount.
I think they charged us an extremely fair price.
Because they're damn crooks. It should have been free.
We have a rogue. Every price can be fair if we want it to be.
And I think our goblin had a, was it eyelash of a giant?
He
Yep.
did.
The longest recorded giant's eyelash.
He did.
Straight from Zedric.
And it wasn't just any monster he wanted us to get rid of.
Mini beholder.
It was wasn't it an undead beholder?
Undead mini beholder.
In a tank.
Mini? I don't remember the word mini being used.
He's smaller than a normal beholder, but he's still a beholder. You know, kind of like those dehydrated, shrunken heads.
Yeah.
Yep. I also think, so you guys took a couple of days back at the office to rest and everything. In addition to everything else, Jofar, you managed to sell that item that you were looking to offload.
Yeah.
Was there any other downtime activities that you guys anybody was undertaking?
I bought some darts.
Yes. So, trying to get a very clear kind of battle map ready for you guys so you can see where you're going to be.
Ooh. So I would take some time to study the axe and how to use it. And when I'm not doing that, I'm reading my Kings of Galifar first edition book.
Oh, yes, you do have that.
Oh, I think I did write on the church "Godless Heathens" on their door. I think I did do that.
Yes,
or it could have been or it could have been that rogue graffiti person that I need to look for.
Right. One or the other.
One or the other could be. There's a mystery.
Yep.
Okay. Um, so, you guys have rested. At this point, everybody should be at full health. Um, I think that after the amount of time that you guys had rested, everybody should be free of any kind of exhaustion or any other kinds of effects. And also at your maximum hit dice, so everybody should be full, ready to go. So given that you guys enter into the the way down into the cogs, through the cogs, down into Kyber's gates, uh, and while you do encounter some interesting individuals kind of looking at you, everybody kind of gives you um, enough space and kind of you manage to avoid any difficult interactions. Um, and then you get back to the goblin's home. Uh, Gudrun, 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 Gudrun. Um, and you recognize his large home based on the symbol of the eye built above it. Um, and So you knock. He brings you in, and he's rubbing his hands together, and he's really excited. And he says, "So, are you going to are you going to take care of this for me?"
That's the plan.
But sure,
Oh,
sure. How are we gonna do it?
I assumed that you would be the ones to figure that out. And
I was
and
try- yeah, I was trying to sharp.
oh,
If you think we have any idea how we're going to do this, we're just making it up as we go along.
We're just gonna jump in there and start poking at it.
Well, I was going to go in there and cast Shatter on the jar that it's in, hopefully hitting it and the jar so that it takes a little bit of shrapnel damage. Then we pound on it till it's dead.
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm sorry. You said that you were going to use shatter.
Yeah, on the case in the middle of the room that it's in, because we have to be able to get at it.
Yes, I do understand that, but please be careful that magic is many of the items in the room are made of glass. And so it would be very, very good of you to be very precise with how you use that spell.
We're aware we're trying to minimize the damage, but we're not sure how strong the case that it's in is, and the fastest way to get at it and take out the beholder is to shatter it from the inside.
Kind of the nature of the spell. Shatter. Things will break. Tough break.
Oh wait. I'm sorry. I was thinking of a different magical spell. I thought you were speaking of the much more erratic one. Shatter. If I recall correctly, that one is more precise. Very good.
From at least if the drawing you gave us of the room is correct, I should be able to keep it in the center of the room and not touch anything near the walls.
Cool. Yes. So, are you ready then?
I am, and I look at the rest of you.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Excellent. So, all right. So he leads you into the room.
Before going in, though, I am going to cast Protection from Good and Evil on myself.
So let me the screen share.
I was just about to say, wait, I'm going to give everybody No, that's not his character.
Well, you can inspire us anyway.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, that's kind of
Yes.
a given.
You're always so inspiring.
He is.
All right. So everybody sees the room fairly clearly.
Early.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys are this thing. You guys are entering from this spot right here. That's the entrance. Right here is the tank with the beholder. And the minute that you enter the room, you can see the beholder spin within the tank, and directly look at you with each of its eye stalks very intently, and clearly arcs of energy flowing along the stalks into the clouded eyeballs. And so that is initiative.
Hi.
So okay. Anybody get higher than a 16?
Natural
Uh,
20.
I got a 17.
I got an 18.
13.
Okay. So everybody goes, then it's the beholder, and then it's Dag. So Joe, you said you got natural 20.
Yeah.
And then
On initiative.
and then Sharp, what did you get?
18.
Okay. And then Solana?
17.
Okay. You're gonna break the tie with the beholder, so and then okay. So everybody is kind of starting from that square there. So you guys can annotate on this. So just draw where you're putting your character. So Jofar, you are up. Declan Sharp on deck, and Solana in the hole.
Just
How
a
do
couple
we
things here.
annotate?
Are there doors? Can you highlight the doors again?
Yeah. So this is where you guys are right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a door right here that is closed. This is a door right here that is closed. These circles mark some of the larger items in here, and all of the walls are lined with shelves that have a number of precious looking items, artifacts, jars, all holding some kind of representation of eyeballs in some way, or somewhat eye themed.
So,
And the way that you annotate is if you go to the green bar, there should be a marker symbol
What
that says
green?
annotate.
Okay.
Do you see that?
No.
View options. Annotate. Yeah, click view options at the top of the screen.
Okay.
And then you should be able to mark where you want you to put your stuff.
Okay.
so middle right, is that another wall door, or is that just an artifact of the image? Can I erase it after I draw it?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
an erase button as well, next to the format.
Next to the form.
Oh, this thing you mean?
Yeah. Yes.
No, that is a vestige of my attempts to
Yeah.
cover up what was originally in the middle of the room.
Sure. Oh, there you go. Undo.
There's supposed to be a lich in there, but he changed it to something easier.
Yeah, thank you for that.
So since I've been playing this game for like 1 week, can I move and hold my action, or does that not?
No, yeah, you can.
Okay.
So where do you want to move to?
Annotate. Like somewhere around here.
Okay.
So yeah.
The blue I was going to use.
Okay, so
Should have been quicker.
Jofar, you are there and you're holding your action. Is there something that you're going to hold your action to trigger, or are you
Yes.
holding it until a specific person goes, or what?
Hopefully Sharp is going to shatter this thing, and then I'm going to take, once it's released, I'm going to go and take a big hack at it with my axe.
Okay, so that'll move you to after Sharp in the initiative then.
Okay.
So then Sharp, it's your turn now.
Okay. So these squares are 5 feet, I assume, or something else.
No, they're 5 feet.
Okay. So I'm going to move to there and then cast Shatter, essentially centered on this thing.
Is it Shatter or is it Thunderwave?
It's Shatter.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the Beholder may or may not have to make a DC 13 con save.
So what does the spell do again?
It creates a 10-foot radius wave of thunder. I rolled and did 19 points of thunder damage. So the case itself takes. Actually, my character sheet is
Isn't
now
it objects
under the
take
full
double?
screen. Yeah, I think it is. But I just want to make sure it's not objects taking max and I'm forgetting. Actually, it just says a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage.
Well, that seems underwhelming. It takes double. And then the beholder has to make the con save, you said?
Right. I see. It's inorganic material has disadvantage on the saving throw, but you
Okay.
save for half damage.
So since an object can't save, then I'll just say that it takes double damage. And okay. So you can see the spell rip through the glass. The glass kind of ripples all around the edge of it, and then bursts out, and whatever fluid that was within the cylinder also explodes out, gushing all over everybody before it kind of pours onto the floor. It's very disgusting smelling formaldehyde type stuff, and so it's also clear that the beholder took some damage in that as well, but Sharp and Jofar, since you guys are in close enough, once that explosion happened to have been really hit by some of that preserving fluid, you guys need to make Constitution saving throws.
I got a 17.
22.
So you both save. So don't worry, you are not poisoned. And then Jofar, you can now do your action unless there was something else that Sharp you were going to do.
Nope, that's it.
Am I allowed to do bonus action and action? Because
Yes.
I held an action. Okay,
Yes.
good. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark. And then I'm going to try to swing this axe and hit this thing. So is that disadvantage, correct?
Yes, it is.
So you hear Jofar audibly grunt as he tries to pick and wield this axe up, and it does not look graceful. Let's see. At disadvantage, probably not a hit. Not proficient. 10.
So, unfortunately, you're still learning how to swing your axe, and it's just too slow. And because the beholder now has the ability to move about freely, it kind of swerves out of the way, and it kind of almost lazily, with
Mockingly?
how
Yeah, I got it. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Okay.
But it is marked by your hunter's mark ability, so there is that.
Covers its mouth with a yawn as he moves out of the way.
Mhm.
So Silana, you are up. Monster on deck. Dag in the hole.
Well, I am going to do. Yeah, I think a monk might do this. I'm going to run up to it and hit it in the face.
Okay.
Because I'm a
And
monk.
Let me also annotate exactly where the beholder is within this too.
Yeah, where's he hiding?
He's right there.
And what about the fluid on the floor? That's still
Um,
poisonous?
No, I mean it doesn't smell good, but it's not going in your eyes and nose and mouth like it almost did for Jofar and Sharp.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to run up to the thing and punch it in the face, because that's what I do. I fist things. Okay.
Whatever you're into, man.
I have to fist something. That's 18 to hit.
That hits.
With the mightiest D4 you've ever seen. Here we go, guys. Oh, hell, man. That's 7 points of bludgeoning damage. I will accept it.
So you strike the beholder right into its squishy cheek, the preserving fluid kind of gushing from some of the pores and holes in its face as you do so. It doesn't seem to do much damage, but it does seem to cause the beholder to look directly at you and give you its full attention.
Oh my god.
And so it lunges at you
Well,
to bite you.
don't I still have my
wait.
bonus action I can do?
Oh yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You still have your other.
I'm gonna flurry of blows it and punch it a couple more times.
Okay.
That's the exact same roll. 18 again.
That's a hit.
And that's another 7 damage. And can I knock a beholder prone? How the hell would that even work?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Yeah, I'm just gonna punch it and then punch it again.
Okay.
That is 20, not natural.
That hits.
Yay! And just another 7. My god, I'm keeping this D4 out. It is rolling max damage constantly here.
Okay. And so it puts its full attention on you and it lunges at you with its jaws and sharp teeth. And it rolls a 21.
Just barely hits.
And it deals 10 damage, 10 piercing damage. But Solana.
Yes. What save?
No.
Oh.
I thought he was going to say all of them.
I was about to say, oh boy.
All of its eyes are looking at you. Please give me a strength and con and wisdom and
saves.
intelligence.
Give me all the saves.
Grab
all the saves.
4d6s and start rolling. Uh-oh.
Everybody give me a perception check.
10.
12.
18.
Sharp? You're muted.
Can't hear you, man.
9.
Okay. All right. And then after that, one of the eye stalks randomly targets one of you.
Sharp got a 9. Obviously, he showed up to this sober.
Uh-oh.
And so one of the eye stalks seems to land upon Dag. And
No,
whoops.
I feel insulted here.
I was still at the door.
I feel insulted. I fisted this guy 3 times, and now he just leaves me
Sure.
for another man.
I had 3 people in front of me. Y'all run in, leaving me totally exposed. I got my head down. Dag's got his pouch of stones, and he's grabbed one of his holy waters. He's pouring it in there, and all of a sudden, what happens?
That's true. Who had our holy water? Please, Dag, don't be turned to stone with all of our holy water.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Too late for that.
Okay. So it's okay, so
Dear blessed-
Dag, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. Okay, so there's worse saving throws for Dag to do. Natural 20 plus his 6. So neener.
I'm
So
sorry, you need a 37.
make another dexterity saving throw because that's
Alright.
a critical fail for the monster.
Well, this one was a 3 plus the 6 is a 9.
Okay, so it's just a miss. It's not a critical fail, but as the eye stalk goes wide and you jump out of the way, it nearly hits Gudrun.
Oh no.
You might want to get out of the way.
And he yelps and dives around the corner. So Dag, now it is your turn.
Yeah, so it was, dear mother, who's a what's it, sovereign lady, I hope this really works. And get his hoop hack. Oh, crap. And he dips his hoop hack in there too, the tip in there, and grabs a stone, and he flings it at the beholder, and rolls his 20, and he gets a whopping 10.
All right. So where is Dag right now?
He was standing in the doorway. He hadn't.
Okay,
moved
so
yet.
he's not moving.
Yeah, right. Well, he will move.
Okay.
So he's doing this, and then I was gonna take the movement.
Okay. So whatever that you threw from the hoop hack misses
Yeah,
and
the
strikes
stone.
something on the wall.
Yeah.
You hear something shatter.
That's nothing. I'm sure that was the beholder that did that. And then I'm gonna run across the room, and I'm gonna go to this door. And if I have any, where did the pen? What tool do I use? View options. I have to have our annotate button.
Are you guys, when I'm sharing the screen, are you seeing my whole screen or just the map?
Just
That's about
this one
the
room.
map.
Okay, cool. I have so many windows
So
open, it's hard for me to keep track.
I'm gonna run to the northern X and try that door to see if it's open at all.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my annotations here, and I'm not having luck at the moment.
Yeah, it's at the top of the screen. There's the green thing up there.
I see view options
Yeah, click that.
Right.
It's
Then
a
go down to
drop-down menu.
annotate.
and annotate.
Yep.
There it is. All right. Now,
And then when
I'm
it
gonna
says draw, you can go ahead and mouse over that, and you can see circles you can place down.
draw.
Yep.
Fantastic. And I'll go right here. And I'm going to try to open that door. If I have any actions left, because I did say I was pouring holy water over my stones.
Okay, so that would have been your object interaction.
Yeah.
So you've already kind of maxed out on your actions.
All right.
then.
So I have a bonus action, right? Still.
Yes.
So I will take the dodge bonus action. Is
I
that
don't-
a bonus?
I don't think you can do that as a rogue. It's disengage, dash, and hide.
Well, I don't think there's anywhere to hide quite yet. So
And you're a thief, right?
correct.
So you can
Best
also do an
friends.
object interaction as a bonus action. So you could try and open the door.
Yeah.
with
Well, there
this.
you go. That's what I'll do. I'll use it to try to open the door.
Okay. It is locked.
Well, go figure. All right.
But next round, you can do an object interaction to try and, as a bonus action, to try and use thieves' tools. It
That
might not
sounds
be
like
the
great.
greatest for your defensive capacities, but you know.
Yeah. Right. We'll see.
Okay.
Who knows what's behind the door that could help us, though?
Sean, nuclear reactor.
So we're back to the top of the order. Declan, you are up. Jofar on deck. Solana in the hole.
Okay, I'm. Yeah, I don't know how to erase the circle I made because the eraser tool isn't it.
You can here. This one.
Yeah.
So there should be a tool that the cross select, and you can do that, and you can move it.
Mouse.
Yeah, I don't see a select.
Okay, you can just draw a new one. I'll just delete it.
Okay. So I move to here and I'm going to attack.
Okay.
There it is. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And 7 points of magical slashing damage.
So in reaction to that, it turns around right at you, and it actually like kind of headbutts you, but like it uses its eye, and seems like it is trying to basically bring you into its head through its eye. So give me a opposed athletics.
Natural 20 to 26.
So it tries to basically headbutt you, eyeball first. You're not having that, and you're able to get out of the way. Anything else you were doing?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay. Jofar, you're up. Solana on deck. Monster in the hole.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, we will shall attack again. Jofar grunts, picks up his huge battle axe. Attacks the beholder. Big money. With an 8.
Okay. With that, give me a strength check or athletics.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I was almost 20. 11.
Okay. So that's just enough to keep a hold of your axe. You could feel it kind of straining out of your grip as you whiff once more.
All right.
Anything else you're doing?
Nope.
Okay. Solana, you're up. Monster on deck. Dag in the hole.
Well, I think my best option is to keep punching the damn thing. So let's do some more of that for now. That is a 16 to hit it.
That hits.
Okay, good. And that's only 5 points of bludgeoning. And fuck it, flurry of blows. 2 more times because it's so much fun. That's 16 again.
Hit.
Hey, for another 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And then again. Ooh, that's no, I'm not a. Yeah, that's only a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, I'm playing. I was like, wait, is 19 critical for me? No. 7 more points bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'm just standing next to it, and my right leg is just kicking it like bam, 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 bam.
And as you're kicking it, you can see the squishy bits of flesh just kind of peeling away from it and falling to the floor and spraying across people's faces, and gore just kind of trickling out of the wounds that you're creating. And then
Yeah.
it now, since it's now facing Sharp, it attempts to attack Sharp with its jaws. And that's a natural 20.
Miss.
And but it does not succeed on the crit. So that is max damage, which is 24.
Ouch.
Give me a perception check.
17.
What's everybody else?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
all of us.
Oh, all of us. Okay.
Yeah.
20
22.
non-natural.
11.
Okay. And then one of its eye stalks, as they are all like twirling above its head, randomly go to Sharp. And then Sharp, give me a dexterity saving throw.
That was a 6, but I'm going to use my lucky feat to reroll it, and that is not natural 20.
Okay. So the eye stalk, it glows with like a kind of purplish energy, and purple lightning flashes from it directly at you. You dive out of the way. Let me just make sure something. Yeah, so you dive out of the way, but the beam kind of strafes across the wall behind you, and everything that it touches immediately turns to dust.
Everything that the light touches shall become dust.
And so this is where is it? Yeah. So pretty much this entire that was
I hope that's not the wall that the thing we need was on.
pretty much this entire wall.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's a line kind of going diagonal from down to up, and a lot of things were instantly destroyed. Shelves were also destroyed, causing some of the items to fall to the floor.
A bunch of wet eyeballs on the ground now count as difficult terrain.
Dag, you're up.
All right, so I'm going to start with my fast hands bonus action object interaction. Try to open that door.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check with your thieves' tools.
Yep. 24.
Okay.
This is what he's good at.
You are able to open it.
And with the door, knowing that I can go through the door, I turn and I grab another rock, I fling it at him. So I attack with my hoopak. 11 plus 6 is a 17.
That hits.
Woo. And I got sneak attack with this, right?
Yes.
And all right, 7, 4, and 4 is 15 points of damage. And then I will move inside the door and close it most of the way.
Okay. All right. Sharp, you're up. Jofar on deck. Solana in the hole.
Okay, so I am going to first use my Baleful Curse on it.
Okay.
That's a bonus action. And then I will attack. And that is 19 to hit.
It's
So it takes 11 points of magical slashing damage.
okay. And in response to that, it looks at you with all of its eye stalks.
Uh-oh.
And all of them seem to be powering up.
Which dot is sharp?
The red one.
Uh-oh.
So this is his powering up phase, right? And this is when we can all do double damage.
Not quite, but nice try.
It's
how it
going to
works in
take
the
4
video
sessions
games.
for him to finish powering up. It's like any Dragon Ball Z episode.
All right. So Sharp, give me a wisdom saving throw.
That is 15.
Okay. So this ray is deep crimson red, and it's rather than a beam, it's just kind of like a spotlight that immediately shines upon you, and as the light enters your eyes, you begin getting flashes of your most horrible, frightening memories, but you're able to shake off the effect, and it doesn't seem to impact you.
Was he thinking of Jofar again?
Probably. I was thinking of Jofar learning to use a weapon on company time.
All right. Jofar, you are up. Solana on deck. Beholder in the hole.
All right. Grab the axe again and curse under my breath to the voidless, empty darkness that there is out there. And I roll a 7.
Okay. Give me a strength check or athletics.
I will take the old athletics, and that's 12.
Okay. You feel your grip begin to loosen on the axe, but just as it's kind of sliding out of your grip, you manage to reaffirm your hold, keeping it in your hands just barely though.
Yeah.
Solana, you're up. Beholder on deck. Dag in the hole.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm gonna try to get its attention off of poor Shark, because he's getting really fucked up right now. I'm gonna punch him in an eye stalk if I can, because fuck the eye stalk. That's a 16 to hit.
That hits the beholder, but not the eye stalk.
Damn it. Okay.
So because you called for the eye stalk though,
Mhm.
you actually miss with the attack.
Not a problem. I'll flurry of blows and keep going for the eye stalk. Fuck it. I need to get his attention on me and not on Sharp, who's getting really fucked up. Oh, that's better. That's a 23 to hit.
Okay, that does hit the eye stalk.
Yay! That's 6 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
Okay. So you is that a kick? Is that a punch? What does it look like?
That's a kick. I'm just jumping up in
Okay.
the end, kicking it once.
And you rip the eye stalk right off of the thing's head, and it slams forcefully into an object on one of the shelves, breaking the object and smashing the eye stalk.
Well, I'm just gonna kick him now again, because I can.
In an eye stalk or his body?
His body. I got
Okay.
one eye stalk. You should be pissed. That's 21 to hit. And 7 bludgeoning damage to him.
All right. So you kick him right in the underside, and it causes a big gash to open on the underneath of it, and you hear a splash as its guts fall from within it into the ground below it, and it kind of shudders, but then its eye stalks begin flowing wildly again, and
Did a baby beholder pop out?
No, we don't need any more baby beholders.
no, this eye stalk lands on Jofar. Jofar, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah. 14.
So this one is just a beam of pure electricity, several beams actually, that kind of spray, similar to like Ghidra from Godzilla, just kind of hitting the floor, hitting multiple spots before hitting you, and the energy flows through your body. It causes your muscles to clench and shake, but you are able to break free of it and get yourself out of the beam before it's able to do the damage that it was about to inflict. So you avoided being paralyzed. But then another eye stalk begins, and this one is at Dag.
I'm behind the door, right?
But he's behind a door, so actually then it would go to Sharp.
Sorry, Sharp.
Because he's not anywhere to be seen. So Sharp, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use another luck point on that one. It's 13.
Okay.
Remember, if you roll a natural 1, I have that lucky thing myself. Once per day.
Does that help me?
Does if you roll a natural 1. Seriously.
Okay. So Sharp, this beam actually is not really a beam. The eye seems to create kind of almost like a hologram sketching something in the air, like a laser printer, and it's this skull, and it once it's created, it flies at you screaming. It punches you right in the chest, and you feel like this energy grasp around your heart, and you can barely breathe, and you can feel the life force actually being siphoned out of you. So you take 44 necrotic damage, and this is also damage to your maximum hit points.
Okay, so my maximum hit points are 0.
Oh,
What's it like, negative 13 or something?
And your hit points are 0.
So
Good.
thank God for vitality points.
You're a revenant now?
And the creature seems to have some of its wounds seem to have healed in the process.
I also lost my protection from evil spell.
Oh.
Wait a minute. What does your protection from evil spell do again?
Well, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me, and it prevents me from being charmed, frightened, or possessed, but not life drained.
So it doesn't have anything about advantage on saving throws?
No.
Okay.
Is that updated edition that's in? Like a special house rule?
All right. So, Dag, you're up. Sharp, you're on deck. Jofar in the hole.
I open the door and I look, and did I hear you say its gut spilled on the ground underneath it?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But it's still up and seems to be alive?
It is undead.
Well, unalive.
Okay.
Right.
Animated?
Yeah.
So it's got an open sore on the ground of sorts. I'm gonna open one of those flasks of holy water. I'm gonna throw it right on the open sore.
Okay, it's on the underneath. So if you wanted to do that, you'd actually need to get underneath it and toss it up.
Too easy.
Which you could do if you want,
Okay.
and that is why you have action points.
Go big or go home.
So I see Dag, and he opens it. Okay, and he runs and he slides on his knees underneath it, and he dumps the holy water.
Wait, you're dumping the holy water on its entrails underneath it?
Yes.
They're no longer a part of it, though.
Oh, okay. So that's what I thought it was. Oh, I'm throwing it up into his open wound. Yes, that's
Okay.
what.
Okay, so you are right underneath it now.
Right underneath it.
So I'm almost imagining, like, basically a little child running at this giant undead orb, sliding, like, on his knees underneath
Rockstar
it.
slide.
Yes. And tossing a holy water up into the underneath of it.
Up its ass.
All right, so I'm going to give you advantage on your attack roll for that one.
Woohoo! Now, what modifier would I use?
That would be dexterity because you're tossing it.
Fantastic. All right. 17 plus 4 is 21.
Okay. Um, does holy water have like a set damage?
This is
I think
Dag, right? And he got this from Sister Who's It What's It's, and he's just going under faith that it'll work. He has no reason other than faith this might work.
Right. Does anybody know off the top of their head though?
Oh.
If what?
Fiend or undead takes 2d6
Double max damage.
radiant damage.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 2d6, and you can add your sneak attack.
Oh, I like you. All right.
Now it even looks like an eye on the map.
17.
I see what you
17.
did there.
And I
17
think
damage.
yes. 17 points of damage, and I just better not be a whole much more guts falling on top of me.
Well, so funny thing.
It dies
So
and lands on me.
you throw this flask of holy water up inside of it, and it breaks off probably its jawbone or something like that, spraying holy water all inside of it, and instantly the thing begins to like shriek, and you see bits of silver flame begin to shoot off of pieces of the flesh, and begin to like burn out the inside of it, and immediately it falls upon Dag. So it's because of the opening, Dag, you're not really crushed by it per se, but you are all up in its guts, and it was in preserving fluid. So give me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
All right.
How strange. This little man is inside of me now.
10.
Okay. So you take 7 poison damage, and you become violently ill. Like think chugging Ipecac. That's gonna be you for like the next 24 hours. And now, you know, so
They start hearing this
Yeah.
high-pitched gurgling noise from inside.
yeah, so initiative is over.
This beholder is
Battle's
disgusting.
So I just at that point I basically just dropped to a knee at 0 hit points.
I pull out my dagger and start trying to dig Dag out. Dag, are you okay? Dag? Dag?
So Solana, give me an athletics check.
Athletics, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a net 20, actually.
All right, so you're able to actually pretty quickly get the beholder off of Dag, probably because you know the organs of the beholder, even though they've been soaking in embalming fluid, its body is made supernaturally buoyant, which probably helped in terms of the everything.
Dag, are you okay? Reach into my
As I hold
bag.
my stomach, I go for my last flask of holy water, and I just drink it.
You drink the holy water?
Yeah, well, I've been poisoned by this beholder. It would make sense to Dag that that's what he should do.
Okay, that's fine. You drink it. It's refreshing water, but you immediately throw it back up because you're sick as a dog.
Okay.
Sharp considers stabbing this thing in the eye and then remembers, oh yeah, Dag's inside.
No,
Probably shouldn't
Dag's
do
outside.
that. Oh, you thought you were inside of it.
Every-
Oh, that's right, he
everybody-
just pulled you out.
Everybody, give me an intelligence check as well.
17.
It's not really gonna help Dag, but
I probably have. Do I have this? Am I poisoned?
Oh yes, you're still poisoned.
So I probably have.
You're gonna be poisoned for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I got a 10.
since I am at disadvantage, I got a 4.
13.
yeah.
I got a 10.
The
Okay.
poison condition though would give me disadvantage on my intelligence check probably.
Yeah, I think so.
And then it would be
Because
9.
it gives you disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, right? Is what poison does.
Poisoned.
Yeah.
As
it's on
disadvantage on
ability
attack
check.
rolls and ability checks. Yeah. So is this ability check? This is ability check, right?
Yeah.
10, 9. 8 on the die.
Everybody, just make sure that you're also checking to see if there have been any private messages sent to you guys. So after a period of like the commotion stopping, Gudrun like kind of cautiously enters the room, and then his face drops, and even though he's a goblin, you can see the color drain from his face. He goes from a green to like a palish greenish white. What have you done? What have you done to my treasure room?
We slayed the beholder. That's what we did. It's
We
just
said we
some
would
cosmetic
minimize.
damage. You'll be fine.
We said we would minimize the damage, not completely eliminate it. It took out the one wall. We at least preserved the outer shell of the beholder for you.
Pick up one of the eye stalks and say, here's an eyeball for you.
No, don't look at it.
So Gudrun, he just simmers. You can almost see the rage building inside of him. And with gritted teeth, he says, "Go wait in the sitting room."
Dag, let's go outside and clean you up real fast.
Okay.
So, kind of like using my sword for leverage, I will push myself up and start making my way out of the room.
So you guys wait in the sitting room for a little bit.
During that time, I'm going to put my cleansing stone on Dag and just remove all the ichor from him and, well, do it for everyone else as well.
Don't throw up on the eyelash. Whatever you do.
So after a few minutes, Gudrun comes back with an ivory piece of a statue from an eye. It looks to be the same kind of stone as the statue that you encountered in Fallen, and he really actually violently throws it at Silana.
Uh-oh.
Silana, you can decide if it actually hits you or if you manage to catch it.
I'd probably catch it if I'm honest.
Don't throw it back.
And then he says, "Choke on it! Now get out of here! Our agreement is done!"
Thank
It's been
you.
a pleasure.
So, this whole time we've been sitting here while he fetched it, Dag has basically been vomiting in the sitting room. So,
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
going to cast Goodberry and give Sharp at least.
my maximum hit points are 0. Goodberry's not going to raise my maximum hit points above 0.
Oh, that's right. So, more for me.
Permanent exhaustion.
So I will say, so you guys, this probably was a fight that could have been very deadly because I randomly rolled which eye stalks it was going to use, and also randomly rolled which one Solana knocked off. So twice it attempted to hit you guys with disintegration, which would have probably very easily reduced you to 0 hit points because it was like 10d8 damage.
I guess.
But the thing about disintegration, funny thing, if it reduces you to 0 hit points, even if you have vitality, disintegration would still instantly kill you.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
Insta death.
so good thing the rolls were on your side on those ones.
it would have been funny if it would have hit the door and disintegrated the door I was hiding behind.
Yeah. But you weren't in line of sight, so it couldn't even target you if it wanted to. So yeah, so you guys walk out of
Limp.
this goblin's manor. Dag violently ill, Sharp just drained of his vitality.
And my
Joe Far
vitality's all I
Solana
got.
doing pretty good.
Where did it bite me?
Wasn't a bad fight.
Where exactly did he bite me?
Probably one of your arms or your shoulder or something.
I'm going to take a look at it and see what happened there. Because there's not much blood. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm just like slowly making my way down the street. Hopefully we can make our way back to the office without getting into some other goddamn fight down here.
Yes, because you still may be wanted by the desk.
Yeah.
Don't worry, bring it on. Feeling good?
Yeah, we can continue to watch you miss things with that axe. It's too big for you.
Joe, for crying out loud, just shut up. We don't want to meet anyone right now.
Um,
I'm going to pick Dag up and just carry him back so he's not walking and vomiting the whole time.
oh, he'll still be vomiting, but just on you now.
That's fine. It's better than him going ahead and making a huge mess and being a complete disaster trying to move.
Vomit's probably adding to this place.
True.
Adding some color to the walls and the decrepit gray.
All right, so to see how your travels go, trying to get out of Kyber's Gate and the cogs, two of you will need to do some rolls. So pick a skill that you're proficient with, and describe how you intend to use that skill as a means of trying to get out of here. Can't hear you, Dave.
I'll use my sleight of hand to not vomit on Silhana as he carries me out.
But you're at disadvantage.
The vomiting gets worse.
So you saying I shouldn't be the one? Fine.
Well, I mean, you've declared it. I think you should go forward with it. This is not the sort of thing where it's like, oh wait, you're telling me I shouldn't?
Right. So not vomiting on Solana definitely helps Solana, but how does it help you guys get out of Kyber's Gate?
It helps Silhana get me out of. So Silhana, maybe I just didn't make your role worse.
Doesn't distract her.
No, I have a cleansing stone. I'm constantly using it.
Okay. Roll your sleight of hand.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
All right. Low dice is a 6 plus 8 is 14.
Okay. Okay, so you attempt to avoid hitting Solana with your vomit, and in hopes that that would keep Solana from dropping you or being uncomfortable. I'm not exactly sure what Dag is concerned with, but unfortunately, in attempting to avoid Solana, he does manage to projectile vomit into somebody on the street.
No. Oh, sorry. Oh,
And
I have to roll to see if their mouth is open.
and now they're poisoned.
let's see.
Well, actually, you're vomiting holy water, so maybe you've healed
Oh,
I couldn't walk before this, and now, meine Fiora, I can walk.
I think that was the chowder I had last night. Oh.
Who eats chowder before fighting a beholder?
It was a whole 12 hours ago.
And that person is in a group of people of whoops. He's got two other friends. One of them appears to be rather large. Their skin kind of looks like rough stone. And another one is, and there's another one that's like him, but smaller, a bit shorter. And then there's also somebody who's really furry. Can't really tell what it is. Nothing that you guys have necessarily seen or recognized. It almost looks like a walking wig, or like a Cousin It type thing. It's the big one, of course, that Dag threw up on.
I would think it would be worse to throw up on Cousin It, because then it's got to wash that out of its hair.
So, Hannah, I think I just threw up on a statue.
And they come over and they're like, and the big one is like, "What's the big idea?"
Sorry. He's taking me to medical center. He's taking me to a healer. Sorry. You might want to wash that off. Don't want to poison you.
Well, somebody's gonna.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just throw up on him again?
I almost did. I told him to step back because I'm about ready to.
Give me a Constitution save. See if you can avoid that.
You projectile vomit like right into his face.
God, you can taste it.
It was a natural 1.
Oh gosh.
But you're a halfling.
Oh, but I'm a halfling. So I'll re-roll that 1 die, right? Now it's a 16. That is my lower number, so that is 16.
Okay.
Good call.
So you're
the natural
able
1 would have
to.
been funny.
You're able to withhold it, but these guys, they're clearly either looking for a fight or looking for some kind of compensation.
Could I use my persuasion to get them to back off with my sickness. Turn my sickness into a benefit.
So before you do that, I'm just wondering how the rest of you are reacting to this situation now.
I will tell you
Because
exactly.
they're also kind of circling around you. Like one is kind of getting in front of where you're going, another one is kind of flanking with the other one. So they're kind of spreading out around you guys.
Sharp was considering trying to trick them into backing off by saying that he has plague, and so he's very contagious. And you probably don't even want to be near him and should clean that vomit off quickly. But then he's just too worn out. He knows he couldn't even sell the lie at this point. So he just stood there silently watching.
What was that?
Solana, Jofar.
I am probably not even paying attention to the fact that they're encircling us.
Solana's just talking to herself. I started today by beating the crap out of a beholder. Now I'm going to have to beat the shit out of these people. It never changes.
Just take me home.
And Jofar?
I just look at these guys. Can't you see he's sick? Better step away. You might catch it.
COVID-19.
Beholder 19.
The cousinette looking person kind of you see its head underneath its hair kind of look to its friend. You can't really see where it's looking though, because you can't see its eyes or where its eyes are. But he says something unintelligible to you guys. And he kind of nods his head and he says, "Yeah, if he were contagious, then these people would be having to worry about it too."
Mm-hmm.
How do you know I'm not immune? Look at my eyes. That's why they turned red.
If a puny human can be immune to it, then it shouldn't affect me. But that doesn't clean my clothes. It doesn't deal with the inconvenience that this has caused me.
How far away from me is he?
Sometimes in life we're all inconvenienced. You're gonna have to get over it. Toughen you up.
They're all very close. They're like within 5 feet of you guys.
I'm just going to press the cleansing stone near him and use it on his clothes.
You were carrying me. Do you put me down?
I got you in one hand. You're small.
That's true.
You're a halfling. It's not like you're a human or something.
So you grab a stone and you're holding it out to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately knocks it away and says, What are you trying to do there?"
Well, I thought you wanted your clothes clean. I guess not.
"I don't know what that thing is. It could be a weapon. Are you trying to kill me? I think they just tried to kill me."
I wouldn't have to try to kill you. That would require effort.
"Oh, is that so?
No,
Talking big and bad, huh, little lady?"
So, just take me home.
I'd like to take you home. Unfortunately, they're directly in front of us.
"Hey, Chip, Gitzaknak. Looks like these people are needing some lessons in manners."
I swear, every time.
So unless somebody does something quick, it's about to get into a combat.
You don't want what I do quick.
Come to think of that, does his vomit count as a spray attack against them?
Yeah.
A cone?
If Dag is close by, I grab him by the scruff. Pull him in front of me.
I'm over hit Silhana's shoulder.
Yeah, you can grab him easy
you
enough.
You didn't put her down?
No, I didn't put him down.
Oh, okay.
You can grab him, though. I mean, I'm not really attached.
I grab and try to turn his head and say, "Fire at will."
You grab me around the chest and you squeeze my stomach.
Okay. the minute that you hold Dag up like a weapon,
Yes.
the big stone guy immediately punches Dag in the face.
Probably with advantage because I'm grappled.
So, yeah, you're up in the air. You don't have your ability to maneuver. So, oh yeah, he definitely hit. Let me bring up what am I going to use for stats for these guys?
They're commoners, right? They'd probably have a strength of like 10. Nothing, right? With their fist, right? It's only like a D4, right?
Well, this
Certainly.
guy's stone, so obviously stone golem.
He only has a strength of 12.
Same team here. Same team.
All right, so the guy hits Dag. He punches him, and deals 4 bludgeoning damage to Dag. And then it's initiative.
Is there any consequence to him hitting me?
Projectile vomit all over the place.
No.
Okay.
Uh,
You know, at a certain point, nothing comes up when you. Chat message. Oh.
It says initiatives.
So Sharp, you got a 4. Solana 19. Joe, you got a 1. All right. So
How are you going slower than me?
The muted axe is heavy.
Okay,
2-minute
so-
potty break. Be right back.
okay,
I'm holding
yeah.
him
Why don't
in
we
front
take
of me.
a 5-minute break?
right.
While I get this set up.
Uh-oh.
I'm still here. I'm just don't think you guys want to watch me eat my sandwich.
Fine.
I want to watch him eat his sandwich. Oh God, yes. You have no idea how much I normally have to pay to watch that.
I'm told that is a thing where people just eat food and record themselves and other people watch.
Yeah.
Excuse me a moment. Okay.
So,
This devolved into violence quickly.
yeah. So I figure Sharp and Solana, you guys can figure out which one of you wants to be green and which one wants to be orange. I figured that Jofar is the red holding Dag between him and the other guy.
Dag now counts as a black dragon who deals poison damage whenever you squeeze his stomach. He has a poison breath attack.
All right. So everybody's here. Everybody's ready to get started again.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take so long. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. All right. So Solana, you are up first. Then it's the smaller stone guy, and then it's Cousin It.
Okay. And who's the person next to the green person?
Uh,
That dude. Yeah.
we'll say that is small. The smaller stone skinned person.
Okay, I thought as much. And how far away are we from him? Like 5 feet?
They're
right
they're
next to
all
him?
within 5 feet of you.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I mean the ones that are closest to you are within 5 feet. The other ones are like 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
They're all within easy distance of your walking speed though.
Okay. And how big is the smallest stone guy?
Probably about 6'2".
Oh, okay. So not that big. In that case, I will. Well, there's not anything really creative I can do, so I'm just going to hit him.
Okay.
I'm a monk. I don't get very creative beyond fist. That is a 18 to hit.
Hear me?
I'm not going to try punching him. I'm just kicking
That-
them the whole time.
Yeah. Well, what was your damage?
18 to hit, and damage is 7 bludgeoning.
And anything else you're doing?
Does he look like he cared about it?
Looked like it hurt pretty bad.
I'll hit him again. Bonus action.
Okay.
Second kick. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, okay. And another 7 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
And
That
that's
one-
gonna be it for me.
That one is wobbly on its feet now.
Good, good.
And then that's the next one up. So it's gonna return the favor. So
Nice.
first attack is a natural 20.
That's gonna hit.
But it did not confirm. So it just deals max damage, which is 8. 8
Ow.
bludgeoning damage. And then its second attack misses. And then cousin It on the opposite side attacks Sharp. So its hair actually looks like it is like rising up and kind of coiling back, and then begins like trying to stab into Sharp.
The monk. It's flurry of blows.
Flurry of hair.
But so its first attack misses, and so does its second attack. And then Dag, you're up. The big guy is on deck, and Sharp, you're in the hole.
Joe, let me down. And I try to wiggle free. I don't know if that's my action or I'm going to try to break his
movement.
grasp, get away.
Well, if Joe as a free action can just drop you, and so unless Joe is trying to not drop you.
Is that what you're trying to do? Get loose?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you down.
All right. And as I do,
You've been
I
doing
just,
that all night, Joe. You don't have to worry.
as he puts me down, I grab my hoop pack and I just try whack this guy in the shin. Disadvantage 13 plus 6 is a 19.
All right, that hits.
And 13 plus 4 is 17 points of damage. I took my sneak attack. I assume I get my sneak attack. He's within 5
Joe's
feet.
within 5 feet.
He's within 5 feet, but right now I don't know that Jofar is threatening him with a weapon.
Fair enough.
I'll allow it.
I don't need a weapon to be
The
threatened.
only reason I'm allowing it is because as a halfling, you can technically be in somebody else's space. So I'm allowing it. So you deal 17 damage.
Yeah. But I'm going to try to get behind Joe, so he might get an opportunity attack.
Yes,
I've already
you will.
used my bonus action maybe to wiggle free. Unless that was free, then
That's free.
I disengage and I try to get in between the three of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. You could disengage.
That's what I do.
So that one, the giant, I imagine that you crushed in its knee pretty bad. And then it's that guy's turn. And he is really pissed at Dag, so he's gonna just come up right here
Well, there you go.
and attack Dag. So first attack is a 20, not natural.
Do I get an attack of opportunity? He goes by me.
No, he's
Nah,
still
he's
in your
still in-
range,
Yeah.
so he
Okay.
didn't leave your threat range.
Some people didn't get Sentinel. Like
I do have
any of
Sentinel.
us.
Does that count?
It's when he's entering or leaving your threat range.
Okay.
He's already in it.
Okay.
Unless you want to use your action point.
To get an extra attack.
To activate Sentinel without it technically being
Yes, I will do that.
okay.
All right. So he goes. Go ahead.
So you're using your giant axe.
No, it's still back there because I had him up in the air. So it's like, by the time I get that thing out, the battle will probably be over, or we'll be all dead.
Okay.
So I reach in and grab my dagger that I don't have disadvantage on. Like it mattered, and that was lower than what I've rolled all night. So
Okay.
unless I get I
So
can use my swift strike.
Your arms are so tired from all that axe wielding.
Yeah.
Or dag wielding.
Do I get swift strike in the second attack? Or no?
No, because it's a reaction.
Okay.
So because you didn't hit, you're not able to stop him from taking his movement. So Dag, he attacked you with a not natural 20.
Right.
And he dealt 5 bludgeoning damage with his giant, meaty, stone-like fist.
Leave me alone. Go away before I
And
shoot you again. Oh.
And then another attack. This one is 18,
Yeah.
and that one deals 6 bludgeoning.
No, Dag's not looking very. If he wasn't looking good before, now he's bruised and yeah, he's got 1 hit point left.
And then
Some of us dream of having 1 hit point left.
Or having a hit point to have.
That's right.
So Sharp, you are up. Jofar on deck. Solana in the hole.
So I raise my sword and say, "You don't bring a hairball to a sword fight, guy." And then I'm going to try to hit him.
Okay.
With disadvantage, that's a 14.
It's
Good. Uh, 8 points of slashing damage.
okay. So you chop away some of the hairs. Still don't see anything beneath the hair. Anything else you're doing?
Nope.
All right. So Jofar, you're up. Solana on deck. Small stone creature in the hole.
All right. Now I can use swift strike on that guy, right?
Yes, you can.
All right. First attack. Ooh, there we go. 17.
Hits.
The max damage of 6.
Go ahead and describe how you take out the giant. First of all, do you kill him or are you just knocking him out?
Fuck that. We're killing this guy.
Yeah, everyone dies.
I swing at him and miss the first time and he goes by, and then I like spin around and then almost by accident just slit his throat, and it just is this the stone guy or he's
Yeah,
like
the
stone.
giant stone guy.
I swing around. It doesn't look like I do any damage, but like a small pebble falls out, and then he just collapses into a big pile.
He's not actually stone. His skin just looks like stone. And his fists are roughly that. So you can slice through his throat.
Okay. So yeah.
But yes, as he collapses, some of the pebble-looking things on his skin do fall off.
Okay, good. Which I will collect at the end of the battle and count them. Okay.
Of course. And as you do that, the smaller one screams and becomes enraged. And she is now looking at you, Jofar.
Let's see. Well, I can't use Swift Strike because I killed him.
Why not? Why not?
I can. So I'll move. If I can move and get to her, I will and attack her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So you're gonna go over here?
Yep.
Okay.
Shit getting real. 22.
Hit.
Takes 3 damage. Slashing. No, sorry. Piercing.
Okay. All right. Anything else you're doing, Jofar?
No, I'm looking menacing.
Okay. Solana, you are up. Then it's the small stone guy, and then President in the hole.
Yep. I'm gonna go after the small stone guy. Fuck her. None of this had to happen. They decided to make it happen. That is a 17 to hit.
It hits.
And 5 points of bludgeoning damage. How are they looking?
Go ahead and describe how you take out the smaller one.
After she yells and Zofar strikes her, I go ahead and step in next to her, stand behind her, and just snap her neck.
Okay.
And let her fall to the ground. Then I'm going to move next to the hair monster and use my bonus action to kick at them. Kick them in the back of the head, because I can. And that is a 18 to hit.
It's
And 5 points of bludgeoning, which is going to feel quite cushy and fluffy, I have a feeling.
so actually you connect with something pretty solid, and the thing says something unintelligibly. It disengages and it runs away. But it doesn't run in the normal way. Like its hair kind of grows out and it almost like kind of spider climbs up walls, and it furiously tries to escape. And it's just like me 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 me.
How far has it made it?
It's about 30 feet away, but it's also climbed up walls and stuff.
Mm.
Just
That's what a bow's for.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you guys are wanting to try and hit it at range, you could do so.
Let's get out of here.
That's right. This long-haired FM type ain't just running away. I'm taking him out.
Let's just dash and go home.
I shoot my bow at him.
Okay.
Come on, big money. There we go. 23.
All right, that hits.
7 piercing damage.
Why are we even bothering? Just let it go.
As Sharp says that, Jofar connects with his arrow directly into the center of the creature's mass, causing the hair to instantly go limp and it to fall to the ground.
Congratulations. You're a murderer. Let's go home.
Such a murder hobo.
It's called self-defense.
Maybe I should cut a tear
against
next
a
time.
creature clearly running away.
Or could be getting his friends to come attack us again. And then they become the evil villain. Don't you know how this works? We're going to end that story right now.
Was there a crowd around us?
I hope so. Hope they saw how we just massacred them.
let's get out of here.
Come on, let's go.
So yeah, I just start like limping forward again. I don't really care that the thing is dead, but
So at this point, I'm not going to require any further checks because I don't want to throw anything at you guys at this
Okay.
point. I'm
Good.
not sure
God.
you would survive.
So I'm imagining this guy is too far away, but the dudes had died and they left stones. Can I look through the stones and see if what they look like?
Oh, standard kidney stones.
you were only like 5 feet away from where you killed him.
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
mean,
dude
they're there. So if you wanted to like look into what they have on them, you could. The stones seem to be, nothing special. But
Are they just all random, or are they all identical?
No, they're different. They're different shapes and sizes. They all seem to be made of roughly the same thing, though.
I do a quick check to see if I can find some that are identical. I don't want a bunch of fucking random stones. I want some that all match.
Wait, you want to use these as new ball bearings?
Give me investigation check.
Oh yeah. 12.
No.
Meanwhile, Sharp is walking away. I'm like 30 feet away. You're carefully comparing
Right.
Yeah.
the slight imperfections in these different stones.
Can't hear you, Dag.
He's going through the stones, and the rest of us are kind of 30 feet away. And he finally turns and looks up.
So it's an exhausting effort, but eventually you guys are able to make it out of the cogs and head back to your office.
Yay.
So I make it to the back room and just begin to strip off my armor and then just fall over into the bed.
Dad crawls underneath his desk, kind of just makes that his nest for the night.
I'm going to check on Sharp and see how he's doing and see if he needs any tending to with the bite wound and stuff like that, because he got bit as well.
Jofar, what are you doing?
So does Sharp look really bad? Does he look, obviously mechanically he lost all his HP and it didn't return. So is that something physically I notice, or?
Well,
Does
Sharp,
he need healing from like the local clerics who are not going to give it to him and I have to go and rustle them up?
Sharp, why don't you go ahead and, because you know what you just experienced, why don't you say how you look?
I do look sort of completely half dead. There is like a little bit of blood on my armor, but not a lot. So to the extent anyone comes, I would just say, just leave me be. I need to rest, but I'll be fine. It's just whatever the hell it trained me with is the only problem, and hopefully that'll correct itself over time. If it doesn't in a day or two, then yeah, maybe we need a cleric, but
Okay.
just leave me alone.
Are you sure? You look a bit pale.
So I'm going to go to wherever the local tavern or bar is. Like, I'm sure one's close by.
Mm-hmm.
And get a huge bottle of whatever rot gut shit they have
Okay.
and bring it back and give it to Sharp, because obviously he's dehydrated and he's not acting like himself. So he needs the hair of the dog. This is what he needs right now.
All right. So that's going to be the normal rot gut is like 2 crowns, a glass. So it'll probably be about a sovereign
Okay.
to get like a jug of it. Not even a bottle. It comes in a jug.
Well, I would know what he drinks, so something similar to that he would drink. And I'll get at least 2, what?
Sharp's tastes are a little bit
Okay. maybe
refined, aren't they, Sharp?
Yeah, he usually blows a lot of his money.
So Sharp, what would be the drink of choice for you then?
I don't
Do you remember, or
wh-
do you need me to provide you some of the drinks? Because I actually do have those all written down.
Do I need to make a check to see if I even know?
Sharp's Mad Dog 2020. We all know it.
Investigation.
Yeah, do an investigation check just to see if you remember what he likes.
Natural 20. There it is.
I mean, I would say this. Although I have a preference for like on Darren spirits, there's certainly. I mean, given how we started this campaign, I'm certainly used to also drinking rock gut when I'm down to my last few copper. So it probably does vary a bit.
Would you prefer would Sharp prefer ale, wine, or spirits?
Spirits.
Okay. So probably probably a small bottle of Akavit, or Kalimshay spiced rum. That's 3 Galifar a bottle.
Okay. I'll get one of those and one rot gut.
Okay. So 3 Galavar and 1 Sovereign would probably cover it then.
Okay. I'm just going to take off 3 Galifar. Will be the tip or whatever for the barkeep. And
Okay. So you return with the drinks. How do you go about giving it to Sharp?
I'm gonna grab a random scrap of paper, which is probably like a lien notice or an overdue payment notice, and write "Get Better" and then JF, and then walk into his room and try to stealthily put it on the dresser.
Leave him the rot gut and take the good stuff for yourself.
So I'll leave him both bottles, whatever, because I'm sure he'll want both.
So Sharp, you I imagine you probably passed out at some point, and you wake up and see the bottles with the note.
I will crawl over on my hands, make my way up, grab both bottles, and then crawl back over into bed and start drinking them.
All right, we'll say you guys take a long rest. So then that means that it is now 13 far of Zarantar, which is also Revelation Day.
Uh-oh.
Is a holiday. Let me.
What do we do on this holiday? The banks are going to be closed, of course.
It's a holiday related to the blood of Vol. So unlikely that any of you would actually recognize it or celebrate it.
Oh, okay.
Do my
So
maximum hit points change after a long rest?
so the way that I handle maximum hit point loss is you can recover. You roll one of your hit dice every long rest, and you recover that much. So it's your hit dice plus your Constitution modifier.
Oh, I'm at 6 then.
Okay. So you've gotten a little bit more color in you. All right, so it's a new
So
day.
probably. So after like the first hour of convalescing, all my booze is probably gone. But I'm drunk. It's probably not until the next day that I actually see the note, which I will fold up and keep in a pocket.
Blackmail for later.
Who's JF?
The K's missing.
So you said you got 6 max hit points now?
Yes.
Okay, so you're no longer dispirited or exhausted, at least. And Dag, the sickness has resided. Still feeling not quite 100%, but it's mechanically you're fine. Muted.
Did we kill it? Do we have the statue piece?
Yeah, we have it. Now we have to go all the way back into that forgotten area to replace the statue piece.
I take out my cleansing stone and hand it to Dag and tell him, clean under the desk, please. I sit there.
Sure. I'll crawl under the desk and make sure it's clean.
So that sliding under the beholder and throwing the holy water, was that plan? That was a good plan.
Oh, I'm glad it worked. I wasn't sure. But you know, Sister Who's What's It, Mother Who's What's It, she'd never let us down. I'm going to have to give her some money as soon as I get some. I don't think she'd charge me full price for that.
How much did she charge you?
I just gave her what I had.
That's enough.
Well, at least you could tell her that what she gave you came in handy.
Yeah, next time tell you, close your mouth when you go underneath the beholder so you don't get anything in there.
Well, I wasn't like I was eating it.
Well, I don't know. You halflings have weird fetishes, weird stuff you do. I've seen it. I've read about it. I've heard about it.
It is true you halflings do have a bit of a reputation here.
But I would put a hand on Dag's shoulder and say, good work, Dag.
Thanks, Sharp. Now can we go take this piece to your buyer?
It's a bit more
actually,
complicated than that.
Right. Our buyer didn't really want the eye. And I turn and walk out of the room.
What did we just do?
We're going to put it in a statue, maybe unleash an evil. That's okay. We'll be ready.
Unleash a dark deity, maybe the powers of God are united, who knows? The end of the world. Something.
You got any more of that holy water?
No. But I dumped some on my stones, and I threw some up into the eye zombie thing, and then I'm afraid I drank the last one, but it didn't seem to help me.
You got the flask you came in?
Yeah, I should at least have 2 flasks.
Yeah, bring it back. You should get discount on refill.
No. Yeah, I could do
That's how
that.
those places work. All
She
those
would
franchises are.
Does it have a CRV typed to the bottom of it?
CRV, a return value.
Yep.
I look and no.
Yeah, I am not still 100%. I do not want to try to fight our way through the hordes of reavers to get back to the statue.
You just need another bottle in you. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think whatever I drink is gonna do me any good for right now.
I don't think alcohol can fix this.
Obviously, you're dispirited. So.
Yep.
At this rate, how long do you think it's going to take you, Sharp?
A
We'll be
week.
fine in a week.
Oh, a whole week?
I mean, we could go back to the Skyway and let her know that we know where the statue is and we've recovered all the pieces now.
We just
Where
need to
is-
bring it up to her.
Nothing says that we have to reassemble the statue.
That is true. And she is part of a dark cult.
We have that. We
She's
have all
just
the
part
pieces.
of the. She is just part of the the shadowy group that controls all of history.
Yeah, you know, archaeologists and the like.
As long as we get paid.
That's the hope. We also have to make sure the statue is still there and hasn't disappeared suddenly as well.
Where is the
But-
statue? I don't know if you told me that yet or not, but
It's with the fallen. You know, where the big tower fell.
oh right. Sometimes tourists go look there. We'd work that crowd.
But I think we're going to have the problem of, is the statue there whenever we leave it? It's too heavy to move. So if we put the last piece in, it might transform into some living creature, as I understand it, in which case we definitely don't get paid. So we're not
Well,
doing that.
Should we ask her for some help getting the statue and retrieving it? It's too big
I think
for
we
us
should
to
just-
lift.
Right. I think we tell her it's too big for us to lift. It's basically been put back together except for this last piece.
We can do that.
Her problem to go get it.
Unless she wants
she
to
wants-
pay us to hire a train.
Right. If she wants to pay us to accompany a work crew to haul that thing out of there, fine.
How do you contact this lady?
We go
We go
back
there.
up to the Skyway.
You can't send word. I think we should send word and then go wait with the statues to make sure the statue is there and okay and nothing happens to it while she's coming to us.
Well, the question then becomes, who do we trust with sending word up to there?
And we'd have to wait for them to come back to confirm that she's actually going to the statue or sending people, because she's certainly not going to the statue herself.
Yeah.
Then we
Well,
probably
maybe
have to
she
send a messenger to confirm the time that they're going and then wait for the response.
Maybe Joe Salhana and I should wait with the statue while you could just go tell her.
Kind of dangerous to get to the statue, so
Oh,
It's not
Sure.
exactly a safe trip.
they
There's
got all
lots
those
of
creepy
reasons.
guys there.
yeah. Plus the glass alone almost killed Joe Farr on multiple occasions.
It went for the eyes. If we could go ahead and get a one of those flying vehicles, it might be able to lower us down and then hook the statue to it and take off with it.
You think this your buyer would have one?
I'm sure
Well-
she could get access to one.
She's got enough money to live up on the Skyway, so I'd assume so.
Plus, she's one of the Illuminati who controls all of history. So I'd be against trying to go to Corlac Hall in my current state, but I'm fine trying to go up to the Skyway.
I think the Skyway's the good idea.
Well, let's do it.
Okay, so you guys are going up to Skyway.
Sure, sure.
So you guys do still have some of the funds that she provided to be able to make your way up the Skyway, as well as a letter of marque, which kind of gives you guys some clearance, because without that, it's unlikely that you'd be able to get through some of the doors that you would need to get through, based on how well guarded Skyway is and how much it is like the richest of the richest and the most powerful of Charn live there. So as you are heading up there, you do get a chance to go outside and see what the weather is like. With it being now the 13th of Zarantar, the weather is it's actually snowing. And it's gray. It's overcast outside. The breeze is pretty stifling. So I don't know if you guys. This is generally the kind of winter time though, so you would expect that it would be generally pretty cold this time of year. So you probably dressed appropriately for all of that. Although
After last time, yeah.
living in the towers, it is you know the weather is less of a hazard that you have to deal with, but certainly going outside, you likely would have prepared for it. And so you do make your way up to Skyway and retrace your steps to Kay Ellis's manor. And of course, her trusty head of security, Kurthin, the bugbear, is there, and he sees you. And he nods and says, "Have you returned with what Our Lady has requested?"
We've returned with information about where she can get the whole statue, including the missing hand. It's a bit heavy, the whole statue, otherwise we would have brought it.
Yes. Do you have evidence of what you claim?
I pull out the eye.
He kind of holds out his hand to see it.
I offer it
Okay.
because no one's stopping me.
He looks at it, and he kind of nods approvingly, and then he hands it back and he says, "Come with me." So once again, seeing the manor, you notice that it is made of the manor is made of polished black dense wood. There are patterns of ivy that have been carved into the wood and inlaid with silver. And on Kurthin's breastplate, once again, you notice that it is a black enamel armor with a stylized silver dragon upon his breastplate. And a similar design is also etched upon the gateway, which also says underneath, "Welcome to Silvermine." And he leads you through the very opulent halls into a nice sitting room where you guys have previously sat before, and he asks you to wait while he goes and gets his lady. After a few minutes, she comes out. Her blue eyes glittering in excitement and anticipation. Her hands kind of together, and she says, "Oh, have you actually found it?"
Well, it's not convenient to go and pick it up, but the entire statue, less one piece that we managed to independently acquire, has been reassembled and is currently in the Fallen in Corlac Hall, near the very, what is now the top of it. So the whole thing is so heavy that we can't possibly move it, but we also didn't want to try to shatter it just to get that one piece back that you wanted. We decided to instead come back here and explain there's a little logistical problem in moving the thing. We do, however, have all of the pieces of the statue now. And you should be aware that it was a bunch of ghosts that were trying to reassemble the thing for whatever reason. They had possessed this kid. And according to what we could find out, there is a chance that when reassembled, this petrified statue will become unpetrified.
Right. I did not peg you for the superstitious type.
I'm
But-
just saying, magic is what it is, and we decided not to reassemble the whole thing in part because who knows?
Well,
Let's not forget another thing, sharp there. And I take off my dread helm. The rats. There are feral rats everywhere. Coming after you. Bloodthirsty. Try to rip out your eyes. Look at my face. Look at it. Look at the scars.
Right. Well, Kurthin had mentioned that you found an eye. That is the piece that you have brought.
Yes.
Where is it? May I see it?
Now take it out of my bag again and offer it to her.
Oh my. Yes, this is of the statue. Well, I will need to verify the location of the statue, but for now I will give you the 600 Galifard promised, and once we can verify that the statue is where you say it is, Kurthin will have the letter of marque delivered for the rest. In fact, I will even throw in a bonus because you have worked so much more quickly than I expected in getting these results. If we are able to find the statue where you say, you will get another 600 dragons.
That's appreciated. There is, if you're going to go in, at least on foot, a number of hazards that we should probably warn you about.
The rats. That's right.
Well, there were rats, but that's not actually the principal hazard I'm thinking your men might encounter. If you took one of those flying vehicles, you may be able to enter through the top of the building and save yourself a considerable amount of headache. But there are still savages that live in the area that might attack anyone going after the statue.
Well, it is well known that Fallen has savage people running about it. I mean, to those that live in poverty are quite distasteful. They do not have the manners that one would expect, but certainly it is appreciated, the warning.
That's right. And the graffiti. It's a big eyesore, too. Careful.
Right.
There are sections where there is a lot of glass that is incredibly sharp and able to even pierce through armor. Very difficult to get over it without injuring yourself. Between them and the wild men and other things that just live down there in that filth, it can be a little dangerous. So, like I said, if you want us to explain the path, describe what we saw, even escort them down there, we're open to that.
No. There's no need for that. Just explain to Kurthin. He will take the details, and we will make the arrangements. And she signals for Kurthin, who steps out, and a moment later provides a sack full of gold pieces. Here's the 600 Galifar, and if we can verify the location of the statue, then this is the letter of credit for the 600 dragons. You'll see that it lacks my mark. Once we can verify the location, Kurthin here will come to your office and complete that so that you can go to the Kundarark bank and withdraw the funds.
That's fair. We may be moving, so if we do change our location, I will leave a note at your door.
Sharp, sharp, sharp. I wonder if she has any property holdings down there.
Down where?
Down where we live.
A fair point. A long shot, perhaps, but we are looking for a new office space. Do you happen to own anything in the general area?
Oh, I do not think you could afford the estates that I own. But
Fair enough.
I do have some contacts. Perhaps I can connect you to a reasonable realtor who would be able to find something more within your means.
That would be appreciated.
Yes. If I recall correctly, the this realtor specializes in the area around Oak Bridge. Let's see. So, so that's a more upscale area. Definitely much quieter and more residential than what you're used to down here, down in Precarious, where it's a lot of warehouses and shipping. It's also, from what you've heard, the people in that area are generally friendly and even have things called neighborhood watches, which just kind of is an absurd idea to you. But yeah,
Do they have an HOA?
perhaps.
Shit.
So I will take the sack of gold and begin to. I assume she will leave at some point, but I'll begin to explain to the bugbear exactly what we went through to get to it.
Yeah.
And then say, I don't know if he's going on foot or not, but there was like a whole maze we had to break down with the blink dogs.
Bring an axe.
And everything is upside down. So
Rope.
our description might sound confusing, but that's because we're constantly having to remind everybody that the ceiling is the floor and the floor is the ceiling.
So Kurthan, he takes in all the information that you have very stoically, very seriously, and once he has all the information from you, he actually takes you to another room where there is actually some well prepared food and some nice wine. He invites you to partake as it is compliments of KLS, and you may take what time you need. The servants will provide for your needs while you're here, but please make make yourselves please invite yourselves to leave no longer than 2 hours from now.
I feel like saying, we don't need your charity.
There are servants there
TPK.
willing to serve you as well. What was that, Jofar?
All poison. TPK.
Yeah, this is how she avoids paying us. She
Yep.
takes the 600 gold back when we're dead.
Yep.
About my spell, detect poison and diseases.
Yeah, I would sit down and start eating. Free food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious. Like it blows away the cuisine that you're used to. You couldn't find a upscale restaurant in Precarious that could even come close to half as good as this.
Better
Yeah,
than
could
those
just-
orphans get, right?
Oh yeah, Dag is probably staying on the chair, leaning into the table, saying, "What is this?"
What's the DC on the con save we have to pass after eating this meal?
Well, after emptying my stomach for a whole night,
Depends on
happy
how
to
much
refill
fiber
it with
you
this
have.
stuff.
What was that about purple worm poison?
As far as you guys are feeling, it doesn't have any untoward issues. Although I do have one thing to send.
Uh-oh. Those damn rats. If Sharp hadn't have been bitten by them, he would have been fine. But now he can't enjoy fine dining ever again.
You mean Jofar?
Both Joe and Sharp.
Oh yeah, probably while I'm eating, Mr. Squiggles, he'll come out and I'll start feeding him too. You gotta taste this, Mr. Squiggles. And I'll take a little piece of this and then set them on the table next to me, and we'll be eating all together. That might have an effect.
A second later, Mr. Squiggles is suddenly in a tuxedo, eating with a fork and knife.
Has Jofar seen Mr. Squiggles yet? Jofar has a problem with rats.
What's he look like?
Well, this isn't a rat. Would be like the size of a cat. This is a field mouse, normal size mouse.
Good.
Yeah.
That's how they start. All cute, cuddly, coming up, being your friend.
Mr. Squiggles? Yeah. And put him on my shoulder.
He's only about 2 feet long.
No.
A small field mouse.
What are you talking about? It's just a little mouse.
Just setting you up for disappointment. That's all he's doing.
I'm gonna have finger food.
Yeah, Sharp is just eating with his hands at this point.
Yeah. Politely though, but with hands.
And I, at some point when we finish the bottle of wine, I will ask the servants to bring us 2 more and then put one in a bag and say, oh, you guys may want wine. But then, yeah, probably I will wait until like crack of 2 hours before leaving.
She seemed like a really fine, nice lady.
I mean, I don't know what she's really up to. So there's always that, but good news is I don't think we have to care as long as her pays us.
Without
She knew what she wants with her petrified angel.
Without thinking about it, Dag would probably keep one of his silverware. The fork, the knife, the spoon.
Yeah, the serving staff, they kind of give you an eye, but it's also they don't care.
Yeah.
But probably you would have done it discreetly where they probably wouldn't even have noticed.
And it would have been subconsciously. It's not like he was trying to steal it. He just liked it and thought, hey, I'll use this later. It's not really stealing.
Not really stealing if you're a born kleptomaniac.
Exactly.
Stealing with a condition.
All right. So once you guys are finished up and you leave, you're able to make your way out of Skyway. Once you do, what is it that you guys want to do from here?
Well, we do have to get the real estate thing taken care of.
Right.
Yeah, within the next couple of days, a messenger will come and provide you with the information for the realtor Kalis is going to recommend.
Jofar's going to have to talk to his mom about moving out.
If she says no.
Oh, yeah, true.
Make a persuasion check, Jofar. Yeah, I mean, until that comes, I would probably spend most of the time just resting because I'm still not at 100%.
So, hey, could I maybe have 50 gold pieces to pay back the sister who's what's at the Sovereign Church? She really helped us out. That holy water really did the trick. And I think usually that those flasks usually cost about 25 gold each, and I think I only paid her like 23 for the 3.
Well, it does kind of feel like a waste, but given what you did for us there, sure.
Well, she did it for us. She's the one that gave it to us.
She didn't exactly slide under the beholder and grenade holy water thing up inside of it, but
Yeah, couldn't have done it without her.
so I'll give you 50 Galifar.
See if you can get a refill.
We'll see. So yeah, that's what Dag will do. Take the 2 bottles he has left, and hopefully this makes up for the amount that I didn't have before.
So yes, she's very happy to accept your donation, and because of your relationship and everything, and especially I'm sure that you shared with her what you did with it.
Yeah.
While she doesn't completely believe the entire thing. She does believe that it was used for a good cause. So whatever flasks that you have that were still not damaged, she would allow you to refill them and to keep them with you.
Gee, thanks. And I'll return, and my renown with the Sovereign Sisters of Sovereign is good, and I'll return to the office.
How many days of downtime did we have?
So we can go ahead and say that you guys will have about a week, where Sharp, within that time, you would be able to recover all of your hit points. So once we pick up again, it'll be 20th of Far in Zarentar. And also, everybody, you're level 4, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Welcome to level 5.
Woo!
I just want to say during that downtime, since I knew we were having it, I was going down into the arena again and fighting. Every day.
You want to do that as a downtime activity then and actually figure out how much you earn?
Yeah, that would be a better way of doing it.
Okay.
I have to make money somehow. This job doesn't pay the bills.
What do you mean we just made a whole bunch of money?
Correction. Sharp just made a bunch of money.
Well,
And we have to get a new place to stay.
well, Sharp needs to find a new place to stay.
Yes. However, Sharp, like I said, Sharp just made a good deal of money.
You should make sure he spends it before he drinks it all.
I'm not sure there's a difference in his case. However, I do think we still need to worry about the future office building.
Okay, so first, so any of these checks, you can, before you make the roll, Solana, you can replace it with just a regular attack roll.
Okay.
So the first roll is an athletics check.
Okay, athletics. Yeah, I can do an athletics check easy enough. That is a 17.
The next one is an acrobatics.
Something I'm very good at. There we are. That's a 19.
And then this one is a constitution check. And then also roll your hit dice and add it to the constitution check.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's a good thing. Oh, very nice. So that is 17.
Okay.
And that put all together.
Okay. All right. You have managed to win 200 sovereigns.
Okay. I accept this.
So on action points, it's half your base attack bonus rounded up or down.
It's half your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency bonus.
Oh, I want to say. Let me
Round it down.
let me check.
If it's rounded down, then we don't get 2 action points until like 9th level.
Round it up.
Okay.
It's rounded up. So you now have 2 action points a session.
Nice.
All right. Did anybody else want to do anything in their downtime?
Dag would be socializing quite a bit, kind of going back to his persuading people to go to the track bar for his room and board.
Okay. As you're doing that, would you be like gambling or cavorting or
More of a cavorting? Yeah. So on his spare time, he works as a street performer slash befriending people and trying to talk them into going to track bar for lunch and dinner.
Okay.
Promoting the restaurant.
All right, let's see. Where is that one?
He would also be perhaps gathering making conversation. He would naturally pick up on the word on the street, news of the area.
Okay.
I mean, Sharp would certainly remind everyone in passing, or at least mention that we did promise to give a little more money to that goblin soup kitchen if everything worked out. But he doesn't actually intend to go back down there to do that. That also feels like a waste of money.
You could give it to the orphanage instead. The J-Home could certainly use it.
Well, when we find another new office space, we know what our expenses are. We'll divvy up the rest, and you can give a portion of your money to an orphanage.
Okay.
Dag, go ahead and roll me. So you're performing is what you're doing? Are you
I would
making specific
prefer to persuade. Yes, he does have some performances he does like juggling and stuff, but he would be. I would prefer to think he was in their conversation, persuading them to go. Oh, they have the best chowder in town. You've got to go to the track bar.
Mm, are you proficient in perform?
Mm, I am. Yes, I'm proficient. No, I'm not in performance. No, I am in persuasion.
Okay. Um. Okay, I'll let you do uh, persuasion.
Okay. Well, this one was 3 on a dice. It's a 9.
Okay. Um. So. So you're only able to earn about 7 silver pieces.
Sure.
Anything else anybody is doing? Sharp, Jofar?
You should go
Jofar,
visit your mom, Joe.
Yeah, we should all go visit your mom. Let her know
Um,
you're okay.
so Jofar, given your interest in the axe, um, did you want to retrain your fighting style to be more based around heavy weapons, or do you want to keep the swift strike?
Hmm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What? What would I retrain as though?
Uh, great weapon fighting.
That's pretty dang good.
It would make more sense with the axe than swift strike.
So with that, okay. So if I was to do that, I wouldn't have swift strike, and I'd have great weapon fighting then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
Okay.
As you were doing all this retraining, at some point, Sharp would say, "You should give up on the axe."
That's why I'm going to double down.
Get
So
good nub.
so with the training, with this axe and to use heavy weapons, um, one, it would require you to find a teacher. Do you know anybody, would Sharp, or I mean, Jofar know anybody that could help him work on using it more proficiently?
He has years of experience as a city guard. If someone in the guard can't help him, I'm sure he knows some tough.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
Jofar would tell Silhana, I'm sure she can take him down to the arena, and there's plenty of people there who probably got proficient with it.
And Dag would know the trainer from the Jarasco house that trained all the orphans on their weapons. Now,
I
how much
imagine
does
that is usually smaller, lighter weapons, though,
it's true?
given the nature of that.
Also, I don't know that you just introduce anybody you happen to like to your mob connections.
Oh, what mob? Oh, who said anything about the mob? This is my family.
Right. There's no such thing as the mob. The mafia is a myth.
Oh, Dag does not think of his family as the mob.
This is my family. We're very close. No one messes with family.
So Jofar, basically it just is a matter of because the person's not going to help you train for free, so it would just be a matter of the cost, which would change depending on your relationship with them or how well you can try to convince them to help you.
Probably not somebody from the watch because they wouldn't want to deal with me. Don't think that I would go to the orphanage. Going down and doing fighting somewhere probably is not something I would do. I would think that maybe
You could also find one on your own that's outside of those people.
yeah, that's it.
Craigslist ad or something.
Okay.
You could scratch it in the bathroom wall.
So go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Need
Is
someone to.
is this investigation at my new level or my old level?
New level.
We leveled up.
Oh,
You guys are leveled up before the week.
12.
Okay. And then give me a persuasion check.
Okay, not very persuasive. 8.
Okay. And then give me a history check.
History. Oh, 15.
Okay. So eventually you find somebody who is a heavy weapons master. He does teach, but he's not really interested in taking on new students, especially just short term. But he would be willing to do it for 50 Galifar.
Okay. So what's his deal?
He is a veteran from the last war. He fought for Breland. Let's see. I'm gonna make up some stuff on the fly, but I want to write it down.
story dice.
I don't have my story dice right now, unfortunately.
I could roll mine.
um, his name is Rothgar. Rothgar Silvertusk. He's got a bit of orcish blood in him, not enough to make him a half-orc, which is where his name kind of comes from. He's a real big dude, and he's actually fairly well renowned. You don't find him in Precarious. You actually have to go up a level, but based on the people that you've talked to, he has a pretty good reputation for being one of the better instructors, which is part of the reason why he can command such a price, but also part of the reason why he's really kind of already booked in a sense. So the higher price is being able to get more of his attention to instruct you. And this is also, if this week of training goes well, he would also be the person that you can continue working with to develop greater proficiency with using your axe.
Huh.
What are your thoughts?
So I would be able to use the axe just regular, or still at disadvantage?
It's still at disadvantage, but you'd be able to apply your great weapon fighting to it, which is not insignificant since you're rolling basically double damage dice because it's a large weapon. And because it's on a hit, you deal 4d6. So anytime you roll a 1 or a 2 with that, you would be dealing, you'd be able to re-roll those.
So the damage is 4d6, not 2d12?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that what we discussed? Was it 2d12?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's 2d12, but anytime you roll a 1 or 2 on either of those dice, you'd be able to re-roll them. And it is the gateway to being able to improve your ability to use it more effectively without the disadvantage.
So I guess that is it different from, is great weapon fighting different? You have it different than they have it in the book?
No, it's the same one. That one is not changed, I don't think. I can double check though. Oh, and if you guys want to start rolling your hit points and all that stuff, you guys can feel free to do that now if you wanted to.
So do we get any of the 600 gold from our recent?
I'm waiting to see what it costs us to get a new office.
Okay.
It's now 550 because I did give away 50 of it uselessly.
We did get 2 more flasks of holy water.
True.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
don't-
I actually did change this one.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So my great weapon fighting is when wielding a weapon with 2 hands, you roll 1 additional weapon die and drop the lowest roll. So basically, instead of rolling 2d12, you'd roll 3d12 and drop the lowest.
Okay. So I have a gem, but I don't have certificates. One is 20 and one is 30. Will he accept that in exchange for training?
Yeah. I mean, letters of mark spend just like money. Or letters of credit, rather.
Well, there are no certificates. I think you
The
just
what?
told me what they were. It says no certificate. It says gem, no certificate, value 20.
Right. This certificate was a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, so that's when you traded the gems for the letters of credit, I thought. Right? Or was it that you got them appraised?
I got him I got him appraised.
Okay, so the gems with the letters of authenticity would count as money.
Okay.
So you could exchange that.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I can afford this training.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So then you can exchange the Swift Strike for Great Weapon Master then.
Okay.
And then let's see. And then on your in your downtime, like while adventuring, we can also say that you're continuing to train on your own. And we'll treat that somewhat similarly to magic item creation. It won't be exactly the same.
Okay.
And then so based on Godzilla. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
A sneezegasm.
The cats have gone insane.
Wait. But anyways, so Jofar, in the process for you to be able to effectively use your axe without penalty, it'll take about 10 weeks and 2,000 gold pieces total. And we can do checks along the way to see how that, whether you're on track, whether you speed up or take longer, and also discuss how the pricing changes based on your progress.
Did you say 10 weeks and 2,000 Galifar?
Yes.
Okay.
But at the end of each week, or if you have days in between that are just downtime where you guys are not adventuring or solving cases, you can do more progress. That's assuming 10 weeks of just straight adventuring, and you're kind of doing it a couple hours before bed and a couple hours after getting up.
Okay.
And I'm going to need to get back to you on that other thing. Because, huh.
Uh-oh.
I'll need to think on that one. to even figure out okay. Anything else anybody wants to do in downtime? I think the only person that we haven't discussed is Sharp. Was there anything you wanted to do?
No, not really. I feel like Sharp would have been resting quite a bit
Yeah,
because of her
probably.
maximum hit point issue. And, you know, like I said, there are things that maybe he talked about, like laughing at the goblin soup kitchen.
What about finding our new place?
Well, that's going to come when they send us word.
The letter with
You know.
the address of the person we're going to meet.
Oh, also within this week,
And I assume we would all go look at the new place, assuming we find one.
also within this week, you would get the letter. The Kurthin would come down to authorize the letter of credit, so you would have access to the 600 dragons.
That's about 6,000 gold, if I recall correctly.
Yes, it is.
I've never seen so many gold in one spot.
Well, it's just a letter.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
I mean, you could go to the bank and withdraw it all. You know,
You might as well get it in copper at that point, and then just roll around in it.
Fill a bathtub.
I could drown in that.
And that's how your character dies, drowning in copper.
I would probably also spend some of my week speculating what she wants that angel for. It's probably like her prisoner now.
Well, remember the fall. Let's try it again.
I do expect at some point during the week, Dag went back to the J home and told Nana Danglybosom all about his adventure. Wow. Feel that? What would you say, Godzilla?
Well, that's nice, yeah.
right. So so I think that we're pretty much, we could wrap up there. Does anybody need any help leveling up their characters, or is everybody good?
No, it's a lot of things to go to 5th level.
There's almost nothing to go to 5th level.
Yeah. Not much.
Right.
No, I get an extra sneak attack and I get uncanny dodge. It's fantastic, but there's nothing to figure out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get an invocation, but that one's actually easy because I get to take the extra attack invocation. I could swap out an invocation, which I should think about. There's a bunch of spells on the spell list that I couldn't tell you what they do because they're Mike spells. So I have to look those up.
Yeah.
Oh, I got extra attack. That's nice.
Well, I guess, Mike, I'm assuming I'm going by the book. I haven't looked at your notes if there's something special for the thief at level 5. Some alternate rule.
My version of the rogue is relatively similar until you get to the higher levels. That's where most of the difference come out. But just kind of looking at it right now, let's see. Yeah, you still get the uncanny dodge. And you do get the extra dice, sneak attack dice. So yeah, that's it. And Peter, does that sound good?
Yeah. There's a couple of mechanical things I have to figure out. But...
Okay. And then just once you guys do your hit point rolls, just send me them so I can mark down the new max hit point totals.
I rolled an 8 and a 6. So good on both. For 6 was for vitality.
You don't get more vitality. Not until you get an ASI
Oh,
or a feat.
you're right. Okay.
I'll roll. I'll go ahead and roll my HP right now. Then.
I got a 6 for my HP. So it's up to
Oh,
seven.
big 3. Look at that.
I got a 5 for my HP. Total HP
Okay,
is
hold
now
on,
28.
hold on. So Jofar, you got 3. You said.
Yeah, but it's plus con, so that would be 5.
Okay. And then.
There.
Uh,
Put it in the.
oh, I can't see the chat right now. I'm looking at something else. Solana, what did you roll total?
6 I rolled plus 1 for con, so that's 7.
Okay. And then, Dag, what did you roll?
5. Now it's 28.
And then Sharp.
I rolled an 8, so with con, I'm now at 43 max hit points.
Until you get hit by another beholder.
Right. That would
Um,
still suck it down to 0.
And then. Okay. So if there's anything else, feel free to email. And Kurt, if there's any questions about any of those newfangled things that I have, my homebrew stuff, let me know.
Okay. I'm sure it's fine.
So Dag, I'm gonna try and think of some rumors that you might have heard while you were cavorting. I'll send them to you via email. And then to kind of get some things started for the next session, I'll just email some primers about the real estate stuff.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. What did everybody think about the session?
I liked it. I liked the combat with the beholder, especially. I was worried about the combat with the ruffians on the way back.
Me too.
Yeah.
It was a lot of good
But-
comment, right? With holding Dag up in front and squeezing him. That's pretty funny. And it felt, using the action point felt very heroic for him to be able to slide under and very descriptive and heroic. That I really enjoyed that. And so now having 2 action points gives us all the more opportunity to do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I thought that was definitely the best part of that fight. I was surprised that Jofar was as bloodthirsty as he was on the way back, like looking to pick this fight, and then demanding that we murder them all.
Yeah. I don't know. Do we play with alignment?
I don't use alignment.
I can't believe
I don't
that.
either.
I just assumed that Sharp was sober, and that's why he was so soft on the way back.
Yes.
I was just hoping that y'all weren't going to get irritated with me using the axe in the beholder fight as I was flailing away.
I mean, that is part of the fun of it. I think is that
Absolutely.
you're using this odd tactic, and that it just wasn't working for you at all. But you, being Jofar, just continue doing it.
It's like every movie. It's like a movie where they go ahead and they say, "Oh no, we can't activate the robot. It's not. We haven't tested it yet. It might not work." And then Jofar's like, "I'm using it anyway, and it's just not working no matter what he's doing." It's like, "Oh shit, the robot really didn't work."
Failures make the story, I think, in my opinion, failures make the story more compelling than successes.
I agree.
They can. They definitely.
I mean, the
can.
failure of
Right.
Dag's
Maybe-
vomit control
Right.
with the
Maybe
stealth
not-
was
Maybe not like a failure on the disintegrate ray per se, but
Fair enough.
Though on the other hand,
Every new beginning is another beginning's end.
Yep.
Well, to be fair, Joe Farr did not start the fight with those dudes. They
They asked for it.
They asked for it.
yeah.
It was
That decision.
definitely Dag's doing.
And he was feeling good. He didn't get hurt in that fight. He was fine.
Yeah, he did. He got hit.
Who?
I don't think Joe Farr got hit once.
Oh, Dag did.
Yeah, but
Dag
Joe
took
Farr
four-
was fine. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm good
Right.
after the Holder fight. I'm ready to go. What's the big deal?
Right. And now he's got like a new, you have like a whole new, forget like great weapon fighting. What you need to do is just attach some straps to the back of Dag so that you can constantly put out in front of you.
Yes, it could be like a modified shield, a buckler.
It's a literal meat shield.
Hey, this isn't funny.
All right. Well, I'm glad everybody had fun. I definitely had fun running it. So we will resume in about 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
Talk to you
All
later.
right. Take
All
care,
right.
everyone.
Night, everyone.
All right.